Hello everyone and welcome. I am Dorian Rigal, also known as Minuit. I am a digital artist who loves exploring digital creation. Today, I'm going to show you how I create this super smooth inflating building. We will explore a simple approach to photogrammetry which allows us to turn real-world objects into 3D assets. There is many tutorials out there that explain this in great detail. Here, I simply want to share a fast and easy method. I also show you how I use this technique in my first short film, L'Alimite est une façade. It's about architecture in Paris, questioning why we live in such unique place in cities today. Just for the context, I was architect before, and deforming real building was a dream I never imagined possible until I discovered 3D and VFX. Let's get started. Now let's create the photogrammetry. So I took 37 photography with only my smartphone. On a cloudy day, there is no special sharp shadow and all those assets. We have to load them in a reality capture, which is now called RealityScan. So it's free. You only have to download the Epic Game Launcher. Inside, you can download RealityScan. It is free. So you can choose what version. We're going to use RealityScan 2, but it will going well with all the other version. It's the same process. So launch it. Inside RealityScan, you just have to drag and drop all those photography. And we're going to go to align images. This is the first step of the process of the photogrammetry, but I will show you just quickly what you need to do. First, you need to check if the alignment was good. So I took 37 photos and all the photos were registered, so it's okay. The alignment was nice. You can see all the tiny white points that show you where the photo was taken. And here what we have to do now is to deform the ground. So you choose that tool to align the scan, and it will be easier after if we have to clean it. Then what you need is the bounding box. The bounding region is where the computation will happen, so you want it to be only where the scan is. And finally, you do only a normal computation and you will have the shape. So at the end, with only few photos, we have 5 million points, which is really nice and quite detailed parts. Look at that. And okay, so what we need now is to simplify it, because we won't use the 5 million points. We maybe want something like 200,000 triangle. Let's simplify it directly into RealityScan. And finally, what we need is to export it. You can use whatever you want, but OBJ is nice and you don't need the texture, the normals, we only need the shape. Okay, let's open Cinema 4D. You can merge objects. Will be easier to import it directly into the scene. You can use centimeters because we don't tell anything about scale in Reality Capture. For now, we don't care, so look at that. The 3D is hidden inside a 200 centimeter cube. Just to simplify the process, don't move the shape, just use a null to apply the transformation. 90 degree is nice. And look at that, all those triangles and big one and small one. What we're going to do now is a remesh to equalize the geometry. So grab the remesh tool. You want adaptive count, adaptiveness of 5%, because we want a uniform distribution of squares of the same size, because the quality of the closing simulation depends on the quality of the topology, and we want the polygons to be equal as possible. We're going to use polygon count and target 20,000 polygon, because I know on my computer it's okay for the simulation, but it really depends on your computer. So here we can see that we have some really bad topology happening, so you have to clean it. There is many techniques on internet that you can follow to do some retopology, and also about mesh modeling. So this is really basic techniques. I use the polygon pen and the close hole, so the better way is like to erase them, delete them, and then close the hole for this part, because you want to avoid overlapping polygon or too close points. So here you can see that there is like a special hole, so it's better to erase them and trying to find a way to recreate the shape. So we're gonna do it in a really quick and easy way, so do whatever you want. It's not a topology course, so do what you can, and thanks a lot for giving us a quad remesher, which is a big revolution. Then you can go to the sculpt layout and find a smooth brush, and what we need is to avoid, as I say, the closest polygon and some weird normals that you can have when you do some photogrammetries. So those artifacts, we're going to smooth them. Here the goal is only to have a better topology for simulation. It is not a sculpt process, it is only saying, okay, we need to simplify some parts to give the computer a better shape for simulation. Okay, let's go back in the startup menu, and you can do another remesh. Let's use adaptive mesh 5% adaptive count, and it will do, look at that, a better topology, but it will also smooth all the details. So it's not always a good solution, but here for that tutorial it's more efficient. So current state object, rename them. You don't want to be confused because there is more to come. And okay, remesh 1, and give him back his direction. But what we need also is, don't forget, go to the UV layout, click quick automatic UV apply, UV packing apply. You will see it's like 5 seconds process to have not a good quality UV, but UV that kind of UV is enough for what we need. So okay, let's rename it. And now export it as an OBJ, keep the same parameter, remesh to UV. Now let's go back into RealityScan, import the model, okay, and you will see it will fit perfectly the position and the scale. So the OG one has texture. This one you can see that there is no texture when you're going to use a marvelous tool called texture reprojection. So you choose for the source model, model OG, which is the original model, and then for the result model you need the model tool that you import. We only want to enable color. You can disable normal and displacement, but you can use it also. Look at that, it's less than 10 seconds. Boom, we have a texture, really nice and detailed texture, reproject on our remesh mesh. And you can export it where we only use the texture, so you can delete the other file that was exported. So now we only want to extract the texture. Look at that, 8K texture. There is many tutorials that explain how you can make other size of textures, so I won't go deeper inside for now. This was part 1 of the tutorial that explained how to prepare the asset. The next one may be about performing a really satisfying close simulation. These are my first tutorial and my first step into the YouTube game. As an artist, this is my way of giving back open source knowledge to the community where I spent hours learning for free. So you know what you have to do to support me here. Comment, ask questions, and share. And if I see in the comment that people are interested in a deeper explanation, I will be happy to continue and create more specific tutorials for you. Thanks for watching. Ciao my computer lovers. See you in the next one.